Industries are classified in the United States and worldwide by two coding systems, SIC and what is called NAICS. I actually brought this up to the library and they were pretty upset that I would be teaching this, but as you'll see in our compiled list, they use our B2B compiled lists. They require you to have this, or at least it makes it easier if you do. So I want to show you how to find these variables. They're also very useful that if you're going out and doing a search on a particular industry, I like to use them to just search them on Google, because oftentimes if there is something released by any governmental unit like the Bureau of Labor Statistics, if you just put the SIC or the NAICS code into a Google search and just search for that code, it'll bring up all of the different governmental reports and analyses that they're doing for a given market segment. And so again, the two codes you need to know are SIC and NAICS. Basically, SIC is the standard industry code. The NAICS is the national code. And basically, they both work very similarly. And so if you have one, you can easily find the other with the charts or the table I'm going to show you. And so basically, if you go out to NAICS.com, it has a huge amount of information. You have a company lookup, so if you wanted to look up a specific company, you can do that. You can also look up any industry by their NAICS code or their SIC code, and you can do it back and forth. They also have a lot of counts on specific industries and things. So here's where you would want to go at the bottom to do this sort of analysis. So what you have here is basically you can get industry data, and so they actually have translation tables where you can go from the NAICS code to the SIC code. So once you have one, you get the other very easily. As you see, they have a little bit different thing. Like NAICS has potato farming, whereas the SIC breaks it down into Irish potatoes, field crops, vegetables, and so forth. And so it gives you the ability to cross them as you need to. The best thing you want to use here is find your NAICS code or your SIC code. It's the quickest way to do it. You notice over on the sides it also has counts by company size, geography, and industry for quick counts that can give you some information real quickly. And so the SIC code is your traditional one. What you see here on the left is the traditional code. So for the retail trade, its SIC code is between 52 and 59. All of these codes have multiple levels. So if you take retail trade across, you'll see that they have 2,464,982 companies that they are tracking within that group. And then if you break it down, it will break down the number along with you. And so what I'm doing here is I'm now looking under the retail trade, which is 52 to 59. Now you see the breakdowns by materials, food stores, and so forth. So now I'm into codes 54, 55, or whatever. Then what I've done is I've taken it to 55, which is auto dealers. I've now broken it down by all different types of auto dealerships. Again, you see over on the right you have the counts. So it gives you the ability to find that. Now, if I wanted to see if there are any studies on new car dealerships, I might take 5511 and put that out in a Google search and see what there is. If I wanted it to be vans, new and used, I'd use 5511 9904. So you see how each one of these IDs develops down into a very detailed group. If you look at Dun & Bradstreet, which we'll look at later for Hoovers, Dun & Bradstreet, they also have their own codes, but they all build down the same way. NAICS code is a similar one. It's a more updated, newer system, but here you have like manufacturing 31 to 33, finance and insurance is 52, and so forth. In the same way, here we're looking at manufacturing, and now you see different types of manufacturing going down the left-hand side with counts on the right. So you can also get analysis reports on annual sales in terms of areas or in terms of specific groups. So you see how many businesses are in different sizes. Might be useful for you to look at this before you go to use Info USA Business, and all these are downloadable. Here it is by state. number of businesses they're tracking. Here it is by country, which is really useful. And so there's a lot of preset reports that they have. Again, you can use them to do Google searches, but when we get into all the business lists, it asks you if you want to select or define it by SIC code or NAICS code, and this is where you get them.